What's up, everybody? So this video is going to be about composure, how you present yourself to others and how you act around others. This is actually a good video that I represent very well, only because of my presence and my stature and the way that I deal with people on a daily basis. One of the biggest things and challenges, and I know this is going to be silly, is smiling. Smiling like this, like this. Anyways. One of the biggest things when you go to see somebody, like say for example, you have a business meeting, or you're even gonna go visit somebody that you have to sort of talk about a subject that you are very, very good at. Always put yourself in that frame of mind that you are there like a teacher or a skill provider that knows their stuff. I know that people say, hey, when you know your stuff, then you're very secure. You don't feel the pressure of not knowing what to say. But I'm going to sort of throw something in there for you. If you don't know what to say, then always pre-plan what you're planning on talking about. And then the unknowns are going to be clear as you're putting it out there. So maybe run it by someone if you have a presentation or if you're going to go to a meeting or an interview. Run it by someone, and I think they would actually be able to help you get those unknowns out of the way. One of the things about me is I've had so much experience in a lot of different fields. I'm very comfortable with myself, and I think that's one of the key points, is to always be comfortable with yourself, to also understand yourself better. If there's always doubt, that doubt is going to show fear, and when you show fear, others will see it. Once they see it, they're going to pick up on it and see the insecurities that you do have. So my suggestion is to always practice beforehand and understand what you're talking about. There's stuff that I don't know a lot about, but I'm able to wing it because I'm pretty good about talking to people and relating to other subjects. I was just explaining this to a friend of mine the other day, where he had trouble talking to people because not of a language barrier, but more where he's from. He feels people look at foreigners not as professional as somebody from America. And you know what? It's true. I've seen that as well, even me being Latin, even though people always go, you're Mexican? What? Even sometimes I surprise myself. But anyways, that being said, composure is good. How you present yourself, how you dress yourself. Like today, I just had to go have a quick meeting with a bank. I wasn't asking for money. I was just trying to make a point. But I'm dressed up like this to show business presence, to show that I mean, again, the word business and what I needed to do in there. And you have to remember that you have to control the situation in the meeting. If you go in there and let others control it, you're going to lose. That's just not the way that you want to do anything. You have to have a strong presence. You have to be sure of yourself. And you have to understand that what you're talking or selling, or even when you're trying to help others, that you are in control. If you were to help somebody out of a situation like a fire, and the building was on fire and everybody was going crazy, could you compose yourself and tell people if they follow you down the stairs that they're going to trust you? Or are you going to be panicking like everybody else and unsure and put these people in danger? Well, you don't want to do that. So what you got to do is you got to have that composure and understand and let others see that they want to look to you as a leader. Now, a lot of you might say, well, I'm not leader material. Well, I wasn't a leader material, but I think that when you take charge and you take that power into you and understand that you are being put as a role to do something, then you'll understand that you can be a leader. Anybody can be a leader. I could come to you and talk to you about not knowing, something as simple as, I don't know how to swim. Yes, I know how to swim, but I could go to somebody and go, I don't know how to swim, and you might be a great swimmer and go, okay, it's about not being afraid of the water, not being afraid that you're going to die. Maybe you do have those fears, but how do you challenge yourself and get those fears out of the way? Well, that's another video to teach you and challenge you a fear. The way I do it is I pick something that I'm unsure about, and then I act on that. If like today I know that I'm fearing something that's going to challenge me for my next step in business, I will take a few baby steps, or I'll watch some videos about other people that have been great at it and their pitfalls, and I'll just, avoid the pitfalls and try to challenge myself. Or I'll call somebody I know and say, let me run this by you and see what you think, and let them give me their insight. I think that's always best. If you guys ever want to call me or text me or let me know a challenge that you guys have and I can help you overcome it or help you improve it, I'm happy to do that, because I don't get where I'm at with having amazing mentors. And all my mentors are still in my life and helping me out. So I guess my challenge to you today is find a fear or something that you're just not great at and act upon it. Maybe put a plan, like a 5-day plan. By Friday, I'm going to do, Z, take all the previous steps by day in little chunks, and then run it by someone. I don't know how to vacuum a house. What's the best way of vacuuming? What if I do it this way? Look it up and research it and come up with a plan. Like for my challenge today for myself is a marketing goal of not getting 1 or 2 customers a day, but getting a marketing goal of 20 to 30 a day. So how do you do that? You make a plan. In my plan, it's going to be a product or project that's going to entice people in video form, like what I'm doing right now, and then proving the facts as I go along, so they go, wow, and then expand it to a large market. That's just because of my experience. Now, on the personal side, making a video every day for all of you out there to understand some of the things that I've learned along the way are challenging, because I would sound like I know everything and like I have an ego, but I don't. But I love to talk and I love to teach, and I think that's where it helps me help you guys understand that as long as you overcome those fears and take those baby steps up to the next level, and then take the dive, that's the hard part, is the dive, is you'll understand that it all goes back to composure. I could go into a building right now and I could lead because of my composure, because how I act and how I represent myself. I got my shoulders high. I'm in their face, not in a confrontational way, but more of a way of, I'm here to help, come with me if you want to live, kind of deal. And when they have questions and fear of their own, I am able to answer those fears and questions and squash them and take them to the next level. So it takes time, it takes a lot of learning, but I think if you pick a challenge of one fear today and make a plan, a 5-day plan of how to overcome it, I think that you could do it. And that also includes the people like you that said, well, I would never go bungee jumping. Well, a lot of people don't want to go bungee jumping, but you know what? Maybe there's a few of you that do and are fearing it, and take those baby steps to finally jump off and bungee jump. So always represent yourself with a lot of composure, a lot of confidence, and take something inside you that you're good at, even being a parent, and apply those rules. You could go to a business and take a room full of people and look at all of those people like they're all little kids and you're the mom or dad, and apply that. Or maybe you're a great, spokesman for a lot of people, which gives you the advantage. But you could do the same thing. You could go to a room of people that are very scared of confrontation and calm them down. It's all about showing them the compassion and the comfort, but also taking the leader role and pointing out there that you are there to improve their life, future, whatever, business, and you do it with grace. And I think that's the biggest thing. And of course, always smile. You always have to smile. I've dealt with people that don't smile. They don't come across well. You got to have that positive energy flowing and letting others feel it, but also letting them feel that you are taking charge and being a chief or a leader or a jefe, and letting them know that you're going to take control of the situation and don't let them take control. When they do, you lose. So just thought I'd let you know. I hope you guys enjoyed it and got some benefit from it. If you have any questions, comment, let me know. We'll talk again later. Peace out.